sunshiny.
But we're all of that.
Shiny. I like
Everything you do is fun. That's what we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
right.
Right.
Guys, first of all, can I just say, like, between the like leopard print and the blue, like literally looking at the two of you actually makes me happy.
Oh, thank you.
Just thanks. Thanks for having things that bring joy to my irises and therefore my skull and myself.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't end on soppy. We started with soppy today.
Yeah, you know, that's how we are.
You guys, do you have any random questions for the day?
I was just about to ask. I don't have a random question,
You know,
so
I'm
going to delegate it.
I pick them up on the spot, so I never know what I would actually say to them. All right. All right, let's think. Okay. Imagine you went to another planet, right? Let's say Mars.
Ooh,
let's just
okay.
say Mars. What would you do first when you land on Mars and why? Would you set up a habitat, right, to live in, make your house, all that stuff, pretty,
Mm-hmm.
and then build a greenhouse, right, for plants?
Yeah.
Or would you set up your habitat, pretty, then go explore? It's not necessarily Mars, it could be any other planet, right? And I have not mentioned whether this planet has other life on it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's between house and then greenhouse, or house and then explore the planet. Now, I mean, I don't have an answer, so you guys go ahead. It's a random question.
I wish that I was the type
I like
to go explore, but I just know that in real life I would be like, right, let's just set everything up, know that I've got food, etc., and then I go explore. That's kind of how I handle Minecraft as well. Seems fitting that we're on Twitch. That normally, you know, you get transported to wherever, you set up shop, whether you just be like a small little house to begin with, make sure you've got everything, then go exploring. Once I know I've got enough stuff, just in case I get in trouble.
Okay. Paula?
Okay, the fact that we have not specified whether or not there are other forms of life on this planet, I'm definitely setting up my house first and foremost.
Well, both of them have house first.
And do I explore said place? Not until I know the elements in which I am having to interact with on the planet. I mean,
wait, so how would you know though? How would you know if you don't explore?
Maybe Google? I don't know.
Who says you had Google?
You land on another planet.
Where are you going to get Wi-Fi from?
But I'm not going out there. I'm not going out there.
Oh no.
Like guinea pig or something. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going out to explore just yet. Because if you land and you just don't know, like, have you seen that movie Life?
Is that the one that had
Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds?
No, I haven't seen it.
I was like,
looking the cast, I'm like, yes, that's immediately. That is a Paula movie.
It is a cautionary tale of what this scenario is. I'm not going out until I know what I have to face. I will be bringing a computer that works. I will be trying to Google something about Mars.
But how are you going to get internet?
When you get to another planet, if no one has ever been to that planet before, what are you going to Google? The only way you know is going out there.
Because you're not going to have internet.
Well, then this whole thing has to be a big, intricate operation on the ground, on Earth, because I need to make sure that the suit I am in can protect me.
Well, you can assume if you got to the planet and you can consider building a house, you can assume you have the tools. But the planet is a new planet. It's like you haven't been there before, so you're gonna have to like.
If I'm hooked up to my new house, yes, I will explore if it can retract me as soon as I press a button as super duper fast. And like, yes, I'll explore if I can have access to like state of the art pulley machine that can go against gravity and like just pull me back as fast as I need to. And like,
Paula's biggest thing is
disinfect.
get me out of Dodge.
Yes, essentially, yes.
State of the art pulley
that's
thing.
State of the art.
You realize, Paula, that you could have just picked the option that Jess went with, which is build a greenhouse. Like, you don't have to even go explore.
I want it to be different a little bit.
I appreciate that. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I do like the greenhouse, though. I do like the greenhouse, but we got to do the what ifs.
Yeah.
You know, I like it. I do like a greenhouse, though. So snaps to that. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I thought this random question was gonna be like, I don't know, like I don't know. That it was quite literally out there.
I don't know what I'd pick. See, okay, so I didn't mention if I had people with me.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? That wasn't a part of the thing. Yeah. So I'd have one party build the house and one party go explore. The greenhouse. The house is already the thing. Everyone does the house. That's already set up. But I'd have one party do one and the other. But I personally think I'd want to explore. And why I'd want to explore, aside from just sheer curiosity, is that what I don't like is if you've ever been in a position where people are like, no, you go do this, I'll go do the tough thing. Mm-hmm. And kind of like coddle you. You know what I mean? But what ends up happening is once you've been coddled, you don't have the information everyone else has. So you can't make informed decisions for yourself. If you've ever been in that position, you know it's really not fun. Like, it's just not a fun place to be. So for me, I'd want to explore because I want to have the information as to what's out there, or at least what the land looks like, what the weather tends to be. You know, I want to know those things so that I'm aware and can make decisions for myself based on that, as opposed to like having, you know, someone else who has explored saying we should go, and I'm like, you idiot, I know what's out there. No, we shouldn't.
Yeah, because you always see that in movies where it's like the group end of the world scenario. You're in a group, and then there's always that one person that gets power hungry, and then you got to do everything they say because otherwise they might kill you. And
yeah, especially in a zombie apocalypse.
That's exactly where my brain went.
Walking Dead, Shaun of the Dead. Which version? Which zombie world? World War Z? I don't know. All of them.
I liked World War Z. That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm. You know, I liked it outside of the really fast zombies. They were so distracting to me. I was like, part of what scares me about zombies is that they're a slow moving horde. That no matter how fast you go, even though they're going slow, eventually they'll just converge. To me, that's the scary part. Mm-hmm. When they run fast, I'm like, so it's just an animal. It's like glorified cheetahs running around. You just shoot them until you're, you know what I mean? It's the slow, continual, like that, until there's just nowhere to go because they just keep coming out of nowhere. That, to me, is that's what I like about them. So
That's what I like about them.
Like zombie stories. You know, so when it was like they were just moving fast, I was like, it's just basically a bunch of rabid animals. Like, it's just animals now. There's no creepy. That was, I liked Brad Pitt in it though. I thought, and I liked the way that he was using a lot of his like been out there in tough situations knowledge. Like, that was cool.
Yeah.
He is very good in that movie.
Yeah.
Ashy D95 has made an appearance. Ashy D95 has made an appearance. They say,
Ashy D95.
Hello, I think I would set up everything I needed to before going exploring to other planets. 3 against 1. He said other planets. So
other planets. I just said that you're on another planet already. Exploring that one planet.
But Ashy D is
like, to the
next. I've been here. That was all I needed. I've been here.
Thank you next.
Thank you.
Right. I think we should get started with the show before we
Yeah.
we trail off onto more
All
planet
kinds of
speak.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So hello and welcome back to the Arghon AI Twitch channel. My name is Jess and I am your host today. I'm joined by the lovely Paula and the lovely Lauren. So today,
Hi.
that was really delayed on mine.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just mine. I was gonna be like, no.
It's a little bit after, yeah.
So today is Monday, which means today's stream is called Flags and Polls. So this stream is basically going to focus on some interesting made-up scenarios which revolve around artificial intelligence. So these are made-up AIs. It's not Arghon, just to let everybody tuning in know. But it could be anything from discussion from discussing what decisions an AA. Yeah.
Artificial.
Yeah. So this could be anything from discussing what decisions an AI would make depending on certain situations and criteria, or it could be an AI competing against a human. Who would win? But the great thing about flags and polls is no right or wrong answer. So as we go along, be sure to comment, let us know what you think about the scenarios, get involved in the conversation. But while you're here, be sure to friend us, follow us on our Twitch channel to get notified every time we do go live, because it is better to catch us while we are live. We also have social media, so Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Go follow us on there at Arghon AI. And also, we've got a YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/Arghon, be sure to subscribe to us on there. There's some more content over there. And also, when the streams do expire on here, they do get moved over to YouTube as well. So be sure to go subscribe there. And last but not least, go to arghon.com. Be sure to download Arghon, try it out for yourself, and let us know what you think. But that is the intro done. So how are you, ladies, apart from the space talk? How was your weekends?
Intrepid. Go ahead.
It was a good weekend.
Good.
Watched some movies, listened to some music. Downloaded some new CDs. It's great.
Hey.
Nice.
Which artist?
So one is an old artist, but then the new CD that I downloaded is the new Haim.
Oh, okay.
Good. It's good.
Gotcha.
Worth a listen. It's worth a listen.
I didn't know that they had a new album out, so I will check it.
They do. Yeah.
Okay. And Lauren, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was I don't even know how to describe it. I think when you clean a kitchen, you feel good about yourself, and it just the whole weekend. It just translates across the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So cleaning the kitchen made me feel great.
Good.
Yeah, and then I've mostly relaxed and did nothing, but in a way that actually felt like I did nothing, as opposed to like, oh, I did nothing, but I did like 5 things. It's like I actually just did nothing. I sat on a couch and just let myself become one with the couch, and it was amazing.
Yay.
Yeah.
We all need that. We need that from time to time. So
it's really true. Yeah.
Okay, ladies, are we ready for the first scenario?
Absolutely.
Ready.
Okay. So, scenario 1, and as I said at the start, be sure to comment along with us, let us know your opinions on the scenarios as well. So, a group of scientists have tested hair care products on over 10,000 people. Based on the results, they create a new way to use shampoo based on the type of hair texture you have. An AI tries to create the same thing, though they haven't tested as many subjects. They know the science that goes behind hair texture, and formulating just what specific hair needs. What is the better hair care system of products?
So if I get it correctly, You have the AI and you have scientists. You have you have scientists who tested on a lot of people, 10,000 people, but the AI, it didn't say how many it tested on.
No, it just says hasn't tested as many.
Okay, so it could be like 1,000, it could be like 999 or like 5.
Yeah.
And then the other people was solidly 1,000.
Yeah.
Which one?
10,000.
Yeah.
Huh.
10,000? It was 10,000?
What'd you say?
10,000, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
But again, it doesn't state how much. It just says not as many. So
yeah.
It could be 9,999.
All right, I go last, so someone go first.
Paula.
It's only me. Okay. Okay. Now, understanding the science and technology behind like hair texture and what works best with hair is good. It's good. It's great.
Like, it's good.
It's great.
But like actually testing it on people.
Thing is though, Paula, I feel like you're the one that wrote this scenario. So
you say what you think, and then I'll say what I think. Paula will go last.
Oh my god!
I feel like you did write this one. Well, I feel like it's a bit of a trick, Paula. I think you're trying to trick us because again, it doesn't say how many it's tested on. So the people, it says based on the results, they create a new way to use shampoo based on the type of hair texture you have. But yeah, so the AI hasn't tested on as many subjects, but they know the science that goes behind hair texture and formulating just what specific hair needs. I'm gonna say AI because if it knows all the science and everything, and again, it could literally be like 9,999. So I'm gonna go AI. I think.
Yeah, same for the same reasons.
Yeah, but like it's a trick.
For the same reasons. The fact is that, I'm assuming, they didn't do it on as many people, right? But I'm assuming that whoever was putting this information in, when you talk about information gathering and stuff, I'm assuming whoever put this information in likely is a scientist who has some sense of this area to be even writing about it. You know what I mean? And again, it could literally just be like 1 or 2 less people compared to the other one. So I would choose the AI because similar to what we said in one of the articles, and I think it was actually Paula's article that brought it up, where it's like the AI tends to, was it 92%? Was it 92%, 94%? But the point is that more often than humans, like in diagnosis and things like that, diagnostics, is more accurate than people. So I would go with the AI because it's likely that it would even get more nuance in this study than a person, a human scientist with human error.
Yeah, I think it was 94%. Yeah, but I think that's a good point because whoever's like programmed the AI, surely the science that goes in it. What?
Ladies, you are tracking with me. Shocker, I did write this question. But yes, it is, it's one thing for the human experience to feel your hair and think like, yes, it feels soft. It feels like it seems great, but for science to actually come in and know how different types of textures and different curl patterns of hair work, there's a lot of science that goes into that. So yes, the group of scientists having 10,000 people to track their progress, but to have an AI that has already studied the science of hair textures and what nutrients need to go with certain hair textures as opposed to other hair textures. Essentially, AI has the biggest advantage because it is learning from all of the information that is input into it, and it is doing something with that information. So from the information that is absorbed or the data that is taken to make sure that the shampoo is what is output from this AI is the fact that I do believe that the AI can make a more inclusive hair shampooing experience for everyone. I do agree.
I wasn't laughing at you. It was just your internet connection, and it just went really funny. So
Jess
Ashley
is
D.
finding it all funny, and I love it. Go ahead.
So Ashley D has said, I think I would choose the scientists as they've tested it on more people. Normally we're on the same page, Ashley D. Is there any other reason, or is it literally just because they tested it on more people? Because it could be a trick.
Yeah.
Paula could be tricking you right now.
I mean, hey, here's the thing about both scenarios is that neither of them are completely wrong or 100% foolproof.
Yeah.
It's just that when you take science and you pair it with an artificial intelligence, an AI brain, this AI is not specifically pertaining to Arghon, just to clarify, but usually when an AI and science comes together, it really does provide for a more optimal use for everyone involved, because the information that is being taken and put through the AI has many different subjects involved. Who is to say that these 10,000 people don't have all the same hair texture? Like we just don't know. Just don't know. But when an AI goes in and looks at test subjects, even though they didn't test as many, it may be a more well-rounded, a more well-rounded pool to choose from.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
I didn't think of that.
Because this test can, this test can actually be skewed, even depending on where this test is given. If these test subjects all come from the same place, possibly you aren't getting that pool that you truly need to have an all-encompassing answer of what shampoo to make. So yeah, that's it.
Props to you, Paula.
Thank you.
Golf clap.
Thanks. Yeah.
So did you hear Paula's cackle, like that little like best thing ever?
I have a natural cackle, yes, I do.
Yeah, it's like it's just that perfect master of the moment laugh. Here you go.
It's because you got us. It's just
what do you ladies think? Like, how do you think if possibly the 10,000 people option, how do you think that could, in what scenario do you think that could almost be the optimal choice?
I think
if you think it is. Yeah, if you think it is a possibility.
Jess, you go first.
Well, it's like you were saying about giving, if you don't have enough variation of, a certain hair type, then basically that 10,000 people only has 2 or 3 different hair types. Then really you're not being diverse enough to actually give good enough results, because then you're just restricting the data that you're given. So I mean, both kind of scenarios, you need to make sure that you've got enough diversity in the test subjects, because if you don't have that, then you're saying that everybody in the world only has 2 or 3 different hair textures, when that's not accurate.
Not true.
Yeah.
Not representative.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think well said. I agree. It just, the situation in which the 10,000 with the human scientists is better is really specifically as it pertains to how it's about the quality of the data, whichever one. They both come out of my mouth. It depends. Depends on the quality of that which is input. So if you have a highly representative sample group, with control groups and then go ahead. It's gonna be right, especially if then what the AI is getting is something skewed by low sample size, or only a few of each type, or only one or two types, or maybe didn't try multiple formulas. Maybe that one has more formulas on different hair types. So yeah, again, everything is really about the quality that's put in. But if all things were equal, I'd pick the AI, because the AI can do a level of calculation beyond what the human can do. So it would actually aid the researchers. They'd actually find themselves with a slightly more just there's a higher possibility to crunch through more possibilities.
Yeah. Quicker, more efficient.
Absolutely. Yeah. I do think it is the quality of the data that is captured is of utmost importance in this scenario. Yeah.
Thank you, Paula.
Yeah.
Trying to be like, I don't know the answer to my own question. I do it all the time. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, these were made a little bit ago.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Huh?
I it feels new to me too, because even though it's was written, it was a while ago, and it's like I'm not looking at these and being like, yes, this is what I'm thinking. It really is that thing of what I so love about Flags and Polls on Monday is the fact that there are many different things that should be taken into consideration in the scenarios, and there aren't any right or wrong answers. But the more we talk it out, like last week's episode, which you all who are viewing right now can go to the videos portion of the Arghon AI Twitch channel and see what we're talking about. Like last week's scenario brought up a bigger conversation of implicit bias, and this scenario one, has in all of the gaps that the scenarios are failing to give us, it really does bring up the question of or just the idea when in AI is discussed of data collection, how it really has to be varied and vast to be representative and inclusive to all people. That is very important when collecting data that is input into AI to make the AI work best for whomever is utilizing these services.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well said. Well said. But that leads us nicely on to our company. We have an initiative called Vision 2020. And if you go to arghon.com/Vision 2020, this initiative, it's free, completely free. You can start right now. You can learn to code, and not just regular code. You can code for AI, and you can continue to make AI and Arghon more diverse. And every single background can get involved, can start coding for free. As I said, you don't need any background experience. You don't need a degree, nothing. You can start coding, learn from scratch. There's videos, there's text in there that will walk you through each lesson, and you can upskill your life and you can learn to code. And as I said, you can make Arghon and the AI space more diverse, and help with these kind of things if you want it. Arghon, if you want to program Arghon to be able to test different hair types, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. The great thing about that platform for coding is that it's always being upgraded and updated. So, you're getting not just top of the line, but bleeding edge learning experience. Yeah, I'll tell you ladies about the details on that.
Ooh.
Okay.
But it's free. It's free.
Sign up. You won't regret it.
Sign up. And then
it is free. Yeah.
While we're here as well, be sure to friend us, follow us on here. As I said at the start, you get notified when we go live, so be sure to do that. And then follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Arghon AI. Okay, ladies. Scenario 2. Are we ready? That technically is 4 if I do that, but 2. Okay. So, the International Federation of Human versus Computer Motor Vehicle Racing puts on a race every year, pitting human race car drivers against AI-driven autonomous vehicles to see who will win the tournament. The regulations and practices surrounding the race are as follows. 1. Race day is the first and only time either the human or AI racer can view the track. They cannot view the map of the track or the terrain prior to arriving for the race. 2. The racing vehicles must be identical and have identical performance for the terrain. This includes any adjustments made to the vehicle containing the AI. 3. The track must be identical for both races and must include multiple sharp corners and curves along with speed bumps and other hurdles. So, the human driver is a world champion multi-time race winner. The AI has been trained using data from the top 3 racing drivers in the last 5 years. So not including the current champion against who it is racing. Ooh. Who will win the race? If you want me to repeat.
One, so
Yeah.
I just saw your face.
I heard racing federation. I said, oh.
You're like, oh, it's me.
It's you.
Okay, so I'm just going to read it one more time. So the regulations and practices surrounding the race are as follows.
I think we're going to need for some of these certain scenarios going forward to have even just a picture on the screen to help people remember to follow what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so the regulations and practices surrounding the race are as follows. Race day is the first and only time either the human or AI racer can view the track. They cannot view the map of the track or the terrain prior to arriving for the race. The racing vehicles must be identical and have identical performance for the terrain. This includes any adjustments made to the vehicle containing the AI. And then lastly, the track must be identical for both races and must include multiple sharp corners and curves along with speed bumps and other hurdles. Human drivers are world champion, multi-time race winner. The AI has been trained using data from the top 3 racing drivers in the last 5 years, not including the current champion, who it is racing against. Who would win?
You know what? I actually, in this case, think the human is definitely going to win.
Oh.
Because if they are not taking into account the multi-time race winner, I have someone very specific in my head who just seems to dominate this whole industry. If they're not taking into account that person's wins, then they are just taking into account the people who are consistently coming in second, third, fourth, and fifth place. I'm sorry, 2 and 3.
Top
2
3.
and 3.
Yeah, top 3.
So they're not even taking into account the person who is.
But the person that you're thinking about, this is a made up scenario, so it might not be about that world class driver, racer.
If it's not the person I'm thinking about, possibly the AI. But if it is the person I'm thinking about,
no. Neutral. It is not that person. I know, we all know, but no. Also, I want to bring up a point for the two of you to consider.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2, 3, and 4, the 2, 3, and 4 racers are 2, 3, and 4, right? But what 2 knows might not be what 3 knows.
Yeah.
3 knows may not be, right? So you don't know, it's not a given that the combination of both of these people's knowledge could actually equal the other person's knowledge or surpass it, right? Because remember now, different players have different strengths.
Yeah.
So if you've got 2 different people's strengths,
See, that's where my brain was going. I was going to go for that because the AI, okay, it might not be the winner, but doesn't say in that scenario that this world, well, it says multi, but we don't know how old this person is. It could be over a long time that they've like won, different
Yeah.
years. It might not be, one after
And
the
I'm
other.
not saying the other ones didn't win. You don't
Exactly.
know. They might have won something. They're just not multi, so they didn't get
Yeah,
mentioned.
exactly. And it's like, so you've got 2, 3, 4, but yeah, as you said, they might be a part of different teams, so they have different tactics. So if you put all of those tactics together, then the AI is going to have much more data to work from. It's going to think
True.
differently.
That is true. And then if you take like the top, okay, the last 5 years of their, like whomever that top three, possibly it could be tracking their best race, like where they
No.
like.
Hold on.
Oh.
It could be, and then you went. It could be what?
Hold on, you said no. What?
Yeah, because we didn't hear you anymore. So you were saying
Oh, okay, got it.
possibly, and then you blanked.
Okay, so then you're taking from the top three drivers, not including the multi-race winner, of the last 5 years. You cannot hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So possibly you could be tracking all of the data from their best races. It could have been in the last 5 years. So you're getting them on the most on day that they've ever had, and you're getting another racer on their most on day that they've ever had, and then you're getting another racer on their most on day that
I
they've
just
ever
thought of
had.
something though. Imagine if, okay, so the multi-time race winner who we're not taking the data from, their teammate could still be one of those top racers, right? A little curveball.
That's it. No, that's great. That's great. So those strategies that the multi-race winner
Yeah,
has,
I don't think they
or
would do them.
certain skills and
Yeah.
tools. One of the other top three race. Oh my gosh! So then you're essentially getting the best racer with all of these. Like you're getting three racers best. Well, we're going to say hopefully they had their best races in the last 5 years. If they did, you are essentially getting three people's.
Likely have been doing well enough in the last recently to be top.
Like consistent, at least, yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting three racers like best race days combined into an AI, separate strategies coming in to combine all of that knowledge in an AI. But where does that like natural human talent come? Because the thing is that the terrain might be something that, it can be a feel thing. So sometimes when you are driving those courses, it is about the feel, and have to let up a little bit, and it could be raining this day, and the AI would have to be trained in all of these different kinds of weather scenarios, as well like not just taking into account the three best race days, but also the environmental factors that maybe the AI doesn't have a base for,
Yeah, so Ashley D has said, I think I would go human because as a racing car driver, make it seem like you're a racing car driver, Ashley D. Let us know if you are.
Ashley D,
Let us
you
know
a
if you
racing
are.
car driver?
Yes.
I think I would go human because as a racing car driver and a driver, as your driver, you feel the car, what it can do and what it can't do, which I don't think the AI can do. There's a lot of repeated
On
words.
the same wavelength, Ashley D95, on the same wavelength.
So I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing not a monkey wrench, but I'm gonna just throw a wrinkle in.
Okay.
So you're talking about feel, but we all know that AI can read sensors.
Yeah.
In cars, and especially if they're like really advanced racing cars, have a high degree of, not automated, but like sensors put in different things and monitoring things. Home base can pretty much know what's happening inside the car, more or less. But there is feel. There is the feel of the car is a thing. So it all depends on what your imagination sees as possible for the AI, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like if what year is this in? What
You guys
year?
have to decide, and then you say what your answer is.
See, I would
Thank you,
say,
Ashley95, for your response.
yeah, thank you, Ashley. If we go more, futuristic, then, all vehicles will sort of have that data to do with weather, terrain, all that kind of stuff. So then that's not really a factor because it's already there. But then it's just getting the data. But then who's to say the data that they've got from these top, 2, 3, 4 drivers that, some of their races was in horrible weather or perfect weather. So, you don't know what kind of data you're getting from each. But I guess it's different courses. Oh, this is a hard one.
It's a hard one.
It makes it so hard, but I love it at the same time. Woo. Let's see.
So possibly right now, in the year 2020, I'll even say 2021, possibly the human. 3 to 5 years out, the AI.
Jeff?
Well, I mean, yeah. Because we don't know what kind of tech they have right now to do with AI. And surely if they had that tech right now, they would be using AI drivers currently.
I mean, some brands are piloting it.
There you go then. So then I guess Paula's right. So, within years to come, you're going to have these. But I'm sticking with that it's a made up scenario. They're not real. It's not the driver that we're thinking of. So I imagine it kind of being a bit further into the future. And I'm going to stick with AI.
Who would I pick? Y'all, I'm actually torn. Okay, who would I pick? I'm gonna let all my biases show. Okay. I'm going to pick the AI.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the AI. None of us are wrong or right.
No.
Right.
Right.
But I'm gonna go with the AI because when I think of the amount of information that could be broken down from because we said the past 5 years, I would break down everything, not just their successful races. I would break down the good, the bad, the ugly, and the perfect. I would break it all down so that we know exactly what sucked and what rocked. I would deal with probabilities, and what is the likelihood of this, that, and the other thing. And then you're building it in the car. What is the probability of, issues with traction or the tires at a certain point, or, like and then okay, sensors. If this thing is going off, or if I'm getting this kind of, lack of suck to the floor, then I've got to do this, or I've got to make this stop, or I've got to, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't leave a single detail out of that breakdown. I would rip the whole entire experience to atoms.
Yeah.
Log all of it and then put it all back in. I'm talking about fictitious company here, not Arghon. But that's what I would do. And then I'd have that car race. That race. And the thing is, we didn't say that it couldn't see other tracks, just that it wouldn't see the track it was racing on.
Yeah.
And there's just a way that the racer can look at previous, they had their previous experience. They can look at other tracks. They can look at racers on other tracks, what those people did, yeah. So I would go with the AI. Do I think that in the next year, the AI would beat the person? Likely not. But I think the level of exponential increase in ability that an AI can get to, it would just, if there were an actual team to do this and it like mattered, I think it would just eventually just take a giant dump on its competition. So that's what I would pick. Yeah. And my biases, y'all. So
yeah,
I have multiple biases. I was torn genuinely between the two, but the promise of AI is what I'll stick to. in this
Yeah.
one.
But then maybe it helps because you knew that it wasn't that one person that we're all thinking about. That you're like, it's
But
just
what
some
if it
random.
was?
I would still pick the AI, honestly. I would still pick, if I'm thinking long run, I mean, first of all, you know, I bet on myself before anything else. So I'd bet on the AI.
Paula, did you pick AI or did you say human?
She said human now. Later. She hedged her bet. She hedged. She sat right on the fence.
Paula.
Yeah, that was my answer.
Okay.
I said, like, if we're saying 2020 or even 2021, the human. But I mean, 3 to 5 years from now, the AI, for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. As I said at the start, there's no right or wrong answers. So you're okay, Paula. You can stay on the fence if you want. It's okay.
I'm gonna sit on this fence and stay here. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put a bench on this fence. I'm good.
Yeah.
But no, that's quite fun thinking about AI in that kind of scenario because again, it gets your mind going because you're like, but the AI could do this, and then you just pick AI, Paula. You just pick AI.
She said no.
That's fine.
I want to make sure I get the right answer at all angles, and I do not judge her for it because I got defense on many of these Monday scenarios. So I don't judge you, Paula. I understand.
She's just trying to redeem herself from last week. And if you want to know what we're talking about, go to the video tab, check out last week's Flags and Pearls, where Paula got very upset about a certain scenario. That's all I'm going to tell you.
You're not going to put me in that situation again. I picked both. Okay.
Flashback.
Just breathe. I'm fanning you through the screen. Just breathe.
Okay. We'll be okay. We'll be all right.
You will be fine. It's okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. 1-2 years human, 3 to 5 on AI for sure.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Just re-solidified my grip on this pen. I'm here. Re-gripped and I doubled down.
There you go.
Yeah.
Listen, double down when you think it's right. Double down.
Nothing
wrong with that. And I like that. I like that our viewers they don't feel pressured to talk about AI specifically. Like, you know what I mean? We like having conversation, and it's such an important thing to hear the not alternative, but like other perspectives on these scenarios, because again, there's no right or wrong answer. Plus, it makes us think. It in response to what Ashley D95 said, it kind of shifted how I saw things, and I love these scenarios because they offer such an opportunity to first of all to just get in your feelings on something that doesn't matter, so in like a serious way, so you can really like go to the mat and it's like you'll be all right. This is a safe place to explore what the possibilities of AI can be and what it's like when it's actually enacted. So I love I love scenarios did that today.
Yeah. In thinking about the conversation of the AI and the feel of it, this also was something posed in our Topic Tuesday last Tuesday. It was Jess's article. If you all are curious as to what this was talking about, you can catch our Topic Tuesday episode in the videos portion of our Arghon AI Twitch channel. Talking about having that human finesse, having that human touch, what that looks like in the world of artificial intelligence. I do believe right now many companies that need to have something of a human-like touch to things, to have that gentleness tied with the ability to get a job done. are looking into what that looks like right now. I do think that's an important question to pose in the AI world, you know. But what's exciting is that it already has been, and
Mm-hmm.
all of these advances are currently being worked on. So, with Jess's topic on Tuesday, it was the coral reefs, and with this, it is racing. And where do you have like that human touch? You know, where does that come in? Which is a much bigger question, and it's interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and I am intrigued as to how it will shift in years to come.
Yeah.
Is my connection like terrible right now?
No, I'm just laughing at the whole discussion. It's fine. You're good.
Oh,
I've just had the
okay.
giggles the whole time for some reason, so just ignore me.
I just pretend like my connection is perfect. It's cool.
Pretend. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, I think,
But
as
yeah,
Laura was saying, I think it's really refreshing actually, like having people comment and they don't feel obligated to say the AI. And believe it or not, none of us ladies are obligated to say the AI either. And if you go watch past streams by going to the videos tab, but also going to youtube.com/Arghon, you can see that the past flags and polls discussions, we don't always pick the AI. And it is always a really interesting conversation because, yeah, as Lauren said, it does get us thinking, and sometimes we might be dead set on one answer, but then actually opening the floor up to you ladies, it gets the brain going, and just like everybody commenting as well. So this is why Flags and Polls is one of my favorites. One of my favorites of all 4 shows.
It's such a good Monday episode. Like,
Yeah.
even if your Monday has been kind of meh, you know, when you come in here and it's just like these are amazing AI scenarios. You know, these are things that, you know, as much as it's theory, a lot of the technology behind what we're talking about is practical and in existence. You know, so much of it is spawning from what we know in our own experience with AI, but also the research that's done. You know, like what you see in Topic Tuesday articles about AI. You know, and so it's a really great look at the scenario. And I think too, if you're like a betting person or, you know, a competitive person, I think these are also just fun because, you know, it's like which one do you think will win? I mean, you know, the fact that sometimes we have to do a coin toss to get through one of these scenarios, like they really are such great discussions, that it can be something from whether it's a technical part of artificial intelligence, or we're talking more about that kind of ethical, wow, I was going to say ethnical, which is not a word, ethical, you know, discussion. It's cool because it bridges all of those aspects.
It does.
Yeah.
Flags and polls. It's a great way to start the week, and that's why we also advise to friend us, follow us on here, because you know you get notified every time we go live. You can join in on the discussion, just like Ashley D95 has today. Give your opinions, get involved in that AI conversation.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Ashley D95 for being a real one. You are a day one supporter, and we appreciate it.
OG.
Thank you, Ashley D95.
OG fan.
Fan, yes. It's encouraging, you know. It's encouraging to see, because that's what we love on this channel. We love to have a conversation as to what artificial intelligence looks like in the practical, and even imagining it for the future. Having the outside world come into these conversations is something that we really value, because everyone has a say in what artificial intelligence is for the future. Because, you know, if done correctly, artificial intelligence, ones like Arghon, are really taking into consideration every single human being's experience. So that's what makes this special, is that, you know, we are a part of a company that does take in all of the nuances of different human experiences and cultures and backgrounds and different geographical locations. You know, it all goes into creating an AI that will, at the end of the day, be most enjoyable to use for the user, because it had the user in mind in the creation of it. So
Right. And if there's something, if there's a space that maybe you are living a life that you know go, hey, I need more consideration. Respectfully, just reach out to us and share with us your narrative.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because and like we said, sign up for Vision 2020, because then you have the power to shape the experience of AI, so that it's not just you, it's not just what from the top down what we say, but it's about everyone contributing to this experience. So often when people talk about artificial intelligence, the they're talking from the perspective of the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
AI is this big black box. It's scary. We don't know what's inside it, and we don't know what it's going to do. But with something like Vision 2020, arghon.com/VISION 2020, the everyday person out there, never coded before, or you're a long time coder, every person can get involved, can shape it. And when you know about AI, it's not scary. It is now a tool to create, to make a better, a more equitable future for everybody. So the only way is up when you add to that knowledge base, that skill set that you have. So it's just like, sign up, definitely go for it. And it's free. So, you do it in your own time, you just fit it in where you can. But you'll get that knowledge, and it's practical. So if you're a hands-on learner, you're like, I didn't really like school. It was too much, theory. Or I like your discussions, but I don't see the thing. Vision 2020, man.
Mm-hmm.
There is substance to the theory that we talk about here. And we look forward to showing you that. So, we won't get into all those details, but it's coming.
It is coming.
But yeah,
it's coming soon.
Sign up. It's worth it.
It's free.
Yes.
It is worth it. Do it now. You can start right now.
Well said. Well said.
Well said. Mm-hmm. And that's also why we're on here 4 days a week, to show anyone tuning in that AI is not just for one specific person. You can be from any kinds of background. Again, you don't need a degree to get involved in AI, or even know or talk about AI. You don't need a degree or be involved in the tech industry. I mean, a lot of the people involved in Arghon, actually, that's not their original, backstory. Certainly wasn't mine, but I'm here, and I love every day learning more and more about AI, and sort of spreading that awareness to whoever finds us on here. So that's why we always say as well, be sure to follow us, friend us on here, because it is so much better when you join in on the live discussion, because again, you can ask us questions, you can recommend certain topics, articles that you want us to speak about on the stream, because we want to talk to you. It's important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And for the people who are finding us on YouTube, when we say this channel, we're referring to twitch.tv/Arghon AI. So just set in that link and you will be able to see our channel and all the videos that are here, because we very much want you to be part of this discussion. YouTube here, just put the comments down, in the comment section, and let us know what you think. But be a part of the live. It's a great thing to have that interaction, and it's different. It's like the difference between writing a letter to someone but then seeing them in person. You know what I mean? It's just so much more real, and you can't buy that kind of interaction. So it's really worth it. Twitch.tv/Arghon AI. So it's ARGHON AI.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Well, ladies, I think that is it for today's stream. Another flags and polls done. The last one of June as well.
Oh my
gosh! What?
Where's the time going?
I don't know.
I really love these flags and polls. I could do this constantly.
4 days a week, flags and polls. Paula, you got to be coming up with some more.
Flags and polls.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
that was it. I didn't have anything
that's
profound
fine.
to say. Just
That is
yeah,
fine.
that's it.
Just a little bit of excitement.
So be sure to friend us, follow us on Twitch, follow us on social media at Arghon AI. So that is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Go over there, check out our really cool content over there. I'm allowed to say cool because bias. So, but it is really cool. And yeah, keep up to date with all our content on there. Go to youtube.com/Arghon, subscribe to us on there. You can check out some new content, but also when the streams expire on Twitch, they get transferred over there. So be sure to subscribe for that. But be sure to leave your comments and all of that stuff in the chat, as we will be back tomorrow for Topic Tuesday. Ooh. So that will be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. British Summer Time. And Topic Tuesday is just basically where we focus on some interesting topics we came across in the news about artificial intelligence. So again, if you find any, be sure to let us know on our socials and in the chat here. But that is it. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yes.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.